Yeah, he's doing the music.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We are LEGOLUV. LEGOLUV. Ethan.
Jonah.
Nicholas. Gavin. Tony. Cody.
Team
number 3655. The question we picked was, how can we improve the way kids learn how to cook?
We picked this question because everyone has to eat and we all like to cook.
Orange glad to see us. Our solution to, or no, our sources. Our sources are Kintellis.org, fruitsandveggiesmorematters.org, foodnetwork.com, howmuchmakeanapp.com.
We interviewed our school cook, Sharon Azat. We also interviewed an expert chef, Erin Dow, who works for Hannaford and has her own catering business.
Don't try to stop us because we're on a roll.
The solution we came up with is the Cookinator app. The Cookinator app will include what's the difference between measuring solids and liquids, what knives to use for certain ingredients, a add-on feature, which is if people want to add on their own recipes, they can with their own account, and they can also judge other recipes with a 5-star rating. And it will have links to other apps and websites that have other recipes and things like
That help you cook
that help you cook
And
in mathematics.
and ratios. And there is an existing app called Ratio, and that only teaches you how to cook with ratios. Our app will include much more than that.
We considered all the factors for implementation and learned that our solution would cost in between $10,000 and $40,000.
We shared our project with several small groups of kids and parents.
this is my jam. It's raining tacos, right out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos.
Any questions?
When you said your app was going to do more than what, for ratios, what more was it going to do?
It'll teach you ratios, fractions,
And other types of mathematics.
and
The same thing with mathematics.
there are utensils to use, knives to use to cut stuff.
And you can rate recipes and make your own recipe on it.
And you can also view other people's recipes.
Through your account.
Yeah.
That too.
So who is this targeted towards? Who's your audience that's going to use the app?
Children.
Why children?
Because most parents don't let their children into the kitchen when they help to cook. So hopefully with this app, it can help change that.
And kids will get a chance to learn how to cook.
What recipe do you think kids would like to make?
Blueberry muffins?
No,
That's my favorite.
that'd be chocolate.
It'd probably start off
chip
with desserts.
muffins.
Maybe start off with
Something
younger ones, and then by the time you start getting to different, harder recipes, like the easier ones all the way up to the hard ones.
The guy on the poster right here, he's on a show that's called Cooking in the Fast Lane, and
He's my cookie.
On Cooking Network.
since his mom doesn't really let him in the kitchen much, he just cooks outside. And so the show is about basically making meals as fast as he can for people that are in a hurry.
And don't have time to cook. Yeah, like he does.
Like if someone's going to a meeting, he could make them a meal for before they go to the meeting. They don't have time
Within
for
25
themselves.
minutes or whatever time span he has to make that
Yeah.
dish.
You mentioned interviewing a professional chef from Hannaford. What information did you learn from her that you've applied to this app?
Everything maybe?
Not everything.
Well, we learned that if they let kids in the kitchen earlier, like she was let in the kitchen, that's kind of the reason she's such a good chef.
Like start cracking eggs at a young age,
Yeah.
or just tearing the lettuce and then
So that-
kind of build off of that.
By their 12th, like Jonah, they'll know how to cook fairly well, like the other guy.
So why do you think that parents don't let kids at a young age in the kitchen to cook?
Because it can slow down their cooking,
And
so something might happen that they don't want.
and cause catastrophe.
Yeah, most parents don't have enough time to let their kids in the kitchen, so they, whenever they do,
And
and the kids mostly want to go in the kitchen, and yeah,
and
it'll help them at a young age.
want to make them don't want to have to clean up such a really big mess. Some parents think that it's just too dangerous with knives.
Yeah.
That was gonna be my next question. Does your app have any safety instructions for how to use a knife or to stay away from hot stove?
Hold it
Yeah.
where the wood is.
If you have the knife,
Actually, that could be something that we can put into the app.
That'll work too.
Yes, we can put a warning safety thing like teaching.
Yeah, like a little those hazard signs, like a warning sign,
like
like
tips
hazmat,
for-
like maybe like a hazmat or a.
Every tip in every recipe, when you go step by step in the recipe you want, with a warning tip in every step if there's a hazard.
Like, they'll say the kid finds this on the internet, and then he shows it to his mom, and she's like, well, you still could get hurt with the knives. And you could show her the cautions that it shows on the app.
So that way they know how to handle the knife at a young age. So when they're older, they don't have to have people use the knife